What's up, dudes? It's Nick. Welcome back to the Minecraft video. Now, today we're going to be continuing through part 2 of the HBM nuclear tech mod. Now, today we're going to be covering some satellites and the guns that they have in the mod. Today's going to be a bit of a shorter video due to the fact that there's not a lot of, items. So, I guess we'll just get started. So, there are multiple different types of satellites. However, I'm just going to go over the main four. Satellite with depth resource scanning module, which can scan the area around you for ore. The radar survey, which scans the area around you for mobs. The orbital death ray, which is a giant laser that comes out from the sky. Asteroid mining ship, which mines ores and then can put them into a cargo area. And to use these, you're going to need something called a satellite ID manager. Without this, you won't be able to launch your satellite or use it. Craft is going to need 4 steel plates, 4 star metal ingots, and then 1 satellite ID chip. So, and you're also going to need, for one of them, a satellite ID chip, which is going to be 6 red copper wire, 2 advanced circuits, and the polymer bar. And you will also need satellite control interfaces, 1 for each of them. Graphics going to need 4 insulators, 1 satellite ID chip, 1 overclock circuit, 2 steel ingots, and a star metal ingot. And you're going to need something to launch the satellites as well. So we'll go ahead and grab a Soyuz FG. We're going to need a bunch of stuff to craft this. Assembly machine. I'm not going to go over it right now, though, to prevent time wasting. But I will tell you that you will need either a Soyuz launch platform or a missile launch pad, which you can't actually craft Soyuz platform. But we will place it down anyways from the crate inventory. It is very big, so you can only imagine that the rocket itself would be big as well. Alright, there's 2 modes, cargo and satellite mode. We're going to go with satellite mode because we're trying to launch a satellite, obviously. And look at the size of this behemoth. Now, do be warned that once you launch this rocket, once it goes about, above world height, these little cylinders here will detach from the rocket and explode once they get back on the ground. Roughly the size of 2 TNT each explosion, so they won't damage the world too much, but they are still pretty problematic. Alright, and you need to place this down. And what you're going to want to do is place the satellite control interfaces in this question mark slot, and this will start to randomize the frequency. Just take it out, doesn't matter when, and place it in here. Gonna place one of the satellites in here as well, and then it'll pair the satellite control interface with the same satellite frequency as the orbital death ray. And let's just repeat the process a bunch of times. And there we go. So now all we need to do is launch a rocket. So to launch this bad boy, you're going to need kerosene and liquid oxygen, which I actually put here, as well as a power source. Fluid oxygen goes in here, and then fluid kerosene goes in here. The great thing about this, though, also, is that you won't need a laser designator, as it's only for the cargo mode. Place the battery source in here, and then all 3 lights are going to turn green. You're able to launch once you place the satellite inside. We're going to go over the death ray first. And we are clear for takeoff. But there is a countdown timer of 30 seconds, so we will have to wait. In the meantime, though, we can go over the different mobs that we will be fighting today with the guns. There is a Meltdown Elemental that is basically a blaze, but looks like a nuclear reactor. And Tainted Creeper, more powerful version of Creeper. Nuclear Creeper will decimate your world. Don't even get near this thing. Please don't. Oh, here we go, and the rocket's launching. Now, it uses about roughly 12 buckets of fuel for this entire process, and then 4 more to fill it back up. And you will know when it's connected when it's not connected, it'll say, well, it will give a kind of like area of the map of the area you're in. You try to not. You just click anywhere on the map, and then your laser will fall down. And it is roughly the size of a small nuclear explosion, and I believe it doesn't have a cooldown. So that's cool. Don't know what you would use this for, unless you're on a server with PvP. It's a great item to troll your friends, because they'll have no freaking clue what's going on. Now we will launch the survey satellite. And I guess we can start going over the guns. Now, there are a lot more guns in this in the mod. I just picked out some of the ones that I thought were cool. So, I will be going over the crafting recipes either, as you can find out crafting recipes easily if you have just enough items installed. So, we will be going over first the Bolter, Josh, and the CZ-333 Abaddon. That is a mouthful. Now, it shows the ammo and the type. And for this, you're going to need 5mm rounds, as it's a minigun. So, we'll start with 5mm. Then you see all the different types here. We just grab our 5mm here. And then what you're going to want to do is press the reload button. Default is R, but for me, I change it. And it does use, quite fast, so yeah. A lot more than this. Got this here. And the different types of ammo. So I just use the explosive, and it does have doesn't do impact damage to the environment. Well, yes, it does actually, but it will launch you up in the air. So don't fire it too close to yourself, like I just did. Yeah, that won't be too good for you. Oh, here we go. So there aren't many mobs around us now. I'm pretty sure yellow is non-hostile and red is hostile mobs, but I just have it turned to peaceful now, so let's turn that to easy. There we go. And orange is actually hostile mobs. Yellow is peaceful, or neutral. Neutral being until you attack it. They turn hostile, obviously. And the last two we have to launch are depth resource scanning. Wrong area. Oh, it's down here. Oh. You are able to also use a regular missile pad for this, by the way, but this just looks cooler, so I just use this. But it is horribly inefficient since you can't really craft it in survival, so I just recommend sticking to the missile launch pad for now. Oh, there's also different skins, but these don't really do anything, they just make it look cooler, so I'll just demonstrate real quick. This is a nice purple one, but other than that, it doesn't really serve any purpose, so slightly useless, but that's fine. And to use the asteroid mining ship, you're actually going to need a cargo landing pad. And once it goes up into the sky, it'll start mining ores. And every 10 minutes, it will launch down a rocket to fill this area up with minerals that it mines. Oh, and you'll also need to connect this with a satellite ID chip, as you have to place it. It's a lot of smoke. You'll have to bond it with a satellite ID chip instead. Let's go and place this in here. And let's go get another one from Creative Inventory. I always miss. Pretty sure this one isn't any different, just a lighter blue, so. Ooh. Alright, let's put the armor on. I'm using the D&T set, which I did cover in my last video, so if you would like, please go and watch that. Some of the guns in this mod are overpowered. Like, there's one that's an insta-kill that you are able to craft in survival. So, yeah. Let's peaceful it real quick. Then turn it back on to easy. Let's go over Meltdown Elemental. Let me get the ammo first, though. System difficulties out. The Occult Shotgun is going to require 12 gauge shotgun bolts, and the bolter is going to require a bolter magazine on its grapple explosive. The Josh will require .50 BMG, and apparently this is used to take down this is anti-plane weaponry. Yeah, shoot down plane abilities. And there's also ammo that once you shoot it, it summons a small meteorite. We're not going to use that because that's going to use that crash the game, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. So, there's also shotgun ammo which fires swords of DU flechettas, which are like little shrapnel, so really useful. And some of the guns do have reloading animations, like this one. There we go. This one also has a flashlight attached to it, which is pretty realistic, actually. And I don't know if this has attacks. What is it attacking? First shot of some guns will lag your game, but other than that, they're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go over here to test some of the things actually before I do anything else. Tainted creeper. I'm gonna let this guy blow up. Tainted. I don't know what that does, but oh, it's spreading. What's this do? Nothing apparently. Yeah. So I wanna reload this first. Bombs on 4 legs. Yep. You also get an achievement because it's scary as freak to try and kill that creeper. It's not a creeper. I'm gonna let it blow up. I'm scared. Ooh, yep. Luckily, I did have the best armor in the game on, so this didn't do, like, jack to me at all. But it is still pretty scary, so... See how it fares against the Josh. Yeah, this is the same 2 chances. Let's try the more difficult enemy. I think Cyber Crab's not gonna do anything. Let's do these guys real quick. Mask Man, the boss. Take off a piece of armor real quick. Ah, so it already landed, and it does have a chance to give you a lot of good stuff, like diamonds, for example, and phosphorus. But these are rarer than the other gems. It also has a rare chance to give you a C and B steel, which you can make into armor, which is about as good as diamond. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully I don't get rid of this. Oh, yep, here's the ore map. Now, it's a bit confusing at first, but if I just do something real quick, make like a huge line of diamonds just across the entire area, and then go onto it. Yep, right there. Right there. Holy Quackos is not... Oh, it doesn't go away on peaceful. Oh, that's bad. Well, as long as it doesn't hurt anything, it'll be fine. Next ones. So, there are a few items here from different games like Fallout 4, or not Fallout 4 exactly, just Fallout, such as the Fat Man, which I'm fairly certain has no reloading animation, but yep, there we go. And this is basically just mini explosion, nuclear explosion. So the high yield version, which generates a bigger explosion, as well as fallout, which fallout means the effects of the nuclear explosions, like radiation. So if we do this is what fallout is. And then this right here is a missile launcher. I think you can reload nuclear warheads into it, which is not dangerous at all. So yeah, just go ham. And then this is kind of like, how do I explain it? Mini, like a Tesla minigun. And it uses depleting uranium cells as ammo. This is the one Sky Stinger, which basically just uses. I think it's a work in progress as it has no firing animation, but other than that, it's pretty cool, I guess. So that actually does about cover it for today's video. And I apologize that it was short, but I had to do this somehow, so I didn't really want to make it like completely. I didn't want to put it in the same video to prevent it from being too long, but now it's too short, so. Anyways, if you did enjoy, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. And please leave comments down below as to what I should review next. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.